Tengo que recargar.
¡Cate! ¡Va a ser película!
¡Amigo! ¡Ah!
If you play Payday 3 for any period of time, you slowly start to realize that 80% of the specials, they're not interactable at all. Now on the look department, they're all apparent, they look imposing, and you can easily tell them apart from the crowd pretty easily, but just gameplay wise, they're mostly a letdown. And to address the elephant in the room, we're gonna talk about the taser. I mean the zapper. The zapper. Out of all the special enemies, the taser got the short end of the stick because he basically became useless due to one minor but gigantic change. And that is simply just swapping to the taser. The only time I'm actually getting tased in Payday 3 is when I'm walking through 20 million boxes of ammo while moving back during the retreat phase. Only because the mine is buried within all the dead bodies and the shields that are just on the ground. And that's simply not fair for this unit because if you roll back the time and play Payday 1 and 2, they were an enemy that you respected because they can actually get to you if you don't kill them as soon as possible. Something that in Payday 3 it's rare. As a matter of fact, prior to the challenge's removal, the only challenge I couldn't progress by playing naturally was to save a friend from a taser, because nobody got tased throughout the match. And I do believe from overkill difficulty and above, praise the Lord for year 2 updates, tasers should have back their M4 with the taser attachment, so getting tased is actually a thing in those difficulties. Because right now he just behaves as a regular SWAT unit that just occasionally plants some mines here and there. Another special that's on a similar spot as the taser is the Grenadier. If you modded Payday 2, you'll find the Grenadier pretty familiar because you'll most likely play Crackdown or Restoration mod, which are pretty good by the way. But when it comes to Payday 3, the Grenadier is not proactive at doing Grenadier things. The irony of the Grenadier is that he needs a direct line of sight for him to throw a grenade, which is ironic because he tends to say a lot of this.
Line of sight is for suckers.
Which makes him the sucker because he will literally get killed before he even gets a chance to throw a grenade. So as of right now, the Grenadier is just too aggressive for an enemy that needs to remain at a distance to deny the player space. Aside from that, there's a lot of requirements for him to use gas, and you can easily deny the Grenadier any use of gas by having a hostage nearby. And even then, when he uses flash and smokes are just extremely rare. So changing his behavior to be more on the defensive and use smoke grenades and flashes more deliberately without the need of LOS will make him more fit of the support role that he's supposed to play. Shields are pretty awesome when it comes to the upgrades that they gave them. My only gripe with them is that the flashlight modifier is more of a hassle than a difficulty modifier. I would rather have them swap from the flashlight to a fully covered shield, so it's like old Payday the Heist, require flanking or using any overkill weapons to deal with them. Because right now with that modifier on, they just feel like a cheapo martial shield, which is not a good thing. Bulldozers and techies are the most balanced out of the bunch. Techies, you learn the hiding spots and the drones are not really hard to deal with. But the dozer's only issue is the free 2-shot machine you get, but that's more of a overkill weapon talk than a dozer issue. Cloakers are just badass in this game. They completely overhaul them to be this extremely agile super cop, and they're just awesome. The only issue with them is not the way they spawn or how they behave, but the fact that he doesn't really hide anymore, because I do believe that feature of the cloaker is currently bugged as of the newest patch, and has been bugged since forever, which kinda makes the cloaker right now a little bit of a one-trick pony of just hitting you around the hallways and choke points, which is pretty easy to deal with if you keep in mind that he respawns every 30 seconds after being killed. And on the topic of the snipers, if you get shot by them, then honestly you deserve it.